Climate change, indigenous knowledge, and modern science. 229 tribes, 11 distinct cultures, 20 languages, hundreds of dialects, 12 regions across 424 million acres of land, 144 environmentally threatened communities, 43% of all communities in our state. Hilurikpin, Vanga Atika Qatalina, Anironga Kikiktalgormi. My name is Jackie Qatalina Schaeffer, and as an Inupiaq leader from the Northwest Coast of Alaska, I have personally witnessed the changes in public policy, presidential administrations, climate impacts, and systemic inequities in our communities and our people. The inability to simply adapt and migrate, as our ancestors had for over 10,000 years, is a compounding factor that is most left out of the conversation on climate change. Alaska Native peoples are experts in their climate. We live in a symbiotic, harmonious dance with nature. We have done this for 500 generations. The guiding principle of the forthcoming 2021 Unmet Needs Report states value-based decision-making led by community engagement, informed by indigenous value systems, and supported by actionable community-specific science is necessary. Acknowledgement, acceptance, and a shift in mindset. Our approach must be holistic, linking energy, transportation, infrastructure, housing, food, and water security, and most importantly, people, to the climate impacts that affect us. The impacts are not just environmental, they are physical, spiritual, and cultural. The beauty of our stewardship over this land is captured in a quote, and I will say one of my favorite quotes by my dear friend, retired Professor Paul Onktaguk. We lived in places with such efficiency and grace that later people who have come to our homelands have considered them to be empty of human beings. They've called this a wilderness because they didn't see us in those places. They could not imagine a people could live so well in a land that it would appear untouched by them. And we live with that dilemma to this day. Unpredictability, increased precipitation, drought, flooding, permafrost thaw, coastal erosion, sea level rise, loss of sea ice, rising temperatures, both ambient and subterranean. If we take 10,000 years of our indigenous knowledge and interface it with the 150 years of modern science, we have the ability to create solutions that can ripple across the globe. Indigenous people and their connection to the air, land, and sea allows vast historical knowledge that proves valuable at this so critical time. How do we do this? By providing a clear, explicit executive order to direct agencies to support tribes and secure the involvement of indigenous voices during decision-making. Increase collaboration between Arctic people and scientists. Protecting the Northern Sea Route. More traffic equals more waste products, disruptions in all the natural species migrations. Close the $80 million annual infrastructure funding gap. Programs and policies should support protection in place, managed retreat, and relocation. Lastly, a government coordination, a framework that is necessary to collectively allow agencies, tribes, regional corporations, and other organizations to work together as a unified front to create solutions we need. And moreover, meaningful participation by the US in the Arctic Council is necessary to support adaptation in our changing Arctic. The next 500 generations depend on us. Qiana.